Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Hawaiian Telcom recently launched 3 gig symmetrical speed, the fastest internet in the state. Hawaiian Telcom President Su Shin is now here to tell us more about it. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, okay, now let's talk story. This is huge because just last week you have launched the 3 gigabits per second. I know you folks pioneered the 1 gig a second, and that was years ago, but now you guys are really bringing it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, first, I think there's a theme to your show today, and it's speed, right? With marathon runners and now this, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah. So 3 gigabits per second. So I think people are used to megabits per second. And so you think about it this way, this will give you a sense of how fast this is. So 1 gig is like 1,000 megs. So 3 gigabits is like 3,000 megabits per second. So it's really fast.
Really, really fast. Like I mentioned, you guys started with the 1 and then now has launched 3. And I mean, this is so important because I feel like we're such a society that we need our entertainment. We need our news. We need all of these things super fast.
Yeah.
Now we're getting that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think, at least I should speak for myself. I think back in the day, we really focused on the download speeds a lot, right? So if you're streaming movies and, right, that's the speed of the data coming onto your device, right? But more and more these days, right, as people are doing more video, more photos, right, whether you're a social media influencer or, you just want to share your home movies with your family on the mainland or something, people are pushing data upstream. And so the really incredible thing about this 3 gig symmetrical internet is that it's 3 gigs down onto your device and 3 gigs up.
Wow.
And so that's tremendous.
Yeah, you normally see it just the download speeds are quick, but then uploading, you're waiting for days, right? But now to see it balance out like that even.
Yeah, so if you've ever been on a video conference and someone on the call like freezes, that's their upload speed is probably not great.
Wow.
Right, so that's, right, because that video is getting pushed up and that's another very practical application, right? So, and the pandemic really put that into sharp focus for us, right? More and more people are working from home, right? They're learning from home. Hopefully people are, starting businesses from home, right?
Yeah.
And so it really opens up like a world of possibilities for the people of Hawaii, which is why we're so excited to be able to push out this fiber network, which is what enables speeds like 3 gig.
Beautiful. I know it's very helpful in my household with, the kids learning from the iPad nowadays. Of course, parents working from home, you've got your laptop, you've got his laptop, you've got multiple phones in the house.
Right.
But not only that, there's just so many things that you don't realize is pulling from your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see.
It's amazing. Yeah. So I read a recent study lately that said the average household has 21 connected devices.
That's wild to me.
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. So, to your point, right, it's not just the speed, but it's also, right, with so many people, so many devices, and especially during those peak periods, right, when everyone's home, kids are trying to do homework, you might be trying to catch up on work, and like for all those people to be on at the same time, speeds like 3 gig is going to make that like effortless.
And I know you folks have been hard at work, but it's a challenge, right, to be building this infrastructure for speed, for internet speed.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what, I mentioned it a bit ago, but like what makes speeds like 3 gig possible is this fiber network that we've been spending the last over a decade building out, spending $1 billion to do it. And the thing that I'm most excited about is that, we're at about 60%, just shy of 60% of the state covered with fiber. And where it matters most is on our neighbor islands, in rural communities, where those people don't have access to options, right? And so, kupuna on Molokai, for example, maybe they can visit their doctor online.
Yeah, telehealth, I love that.
Telehealth, it's huge. Distance learning opportunities, right? Homework. Simple things like being able to pull homework assignments down, upload homework assignments. On Oahu, we take all of that for granted, but it's really in these rural communities that we're really bridging that digital divide, right? Making that connectivity possible.
Yes, I mean, you folks just celebrated last year 140 years, incredible feat. And then on top of that, you mentioned the neighbor islands. Where are you folks at with that? I know Lanai is 100% now.
Lanai's finished, top side of Molokai is finished. By the end of this year, we'll have Kauai finished, and by the end of next year, we'll have Maui finished. So we're making tremendous progress against our goal, yeah.
And we were talking earlier about future-proof. Tell everybody what that means.
Yeah, you know, future-proofing means, and I talked about it a bit where I said the fiber network, this incredible network, is so powerful. It is really what allows speeds like 3 gig, and then in the future 6 gig, multi-gig, 10 gig, right? And so the reason it's really powerful is we've already invested in this backbone infrastructure, right? This is foundational infrastructure. And then going forward, all we have to do is change out equipment. Now, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, and I know the folks on our team work really, really hard, but the investment, it's a fraction of the cost, it's a fraction of the time, and so it enables us to continue to push out faster and faster speeds that the residents of Hawaii desperately need and are demanding.
Yes, and it's actually a more sustainable approach when you do it that way, where you folks are set up. You've laid down the foundation here. You're just changing out these things because we're always advancing. Things are always changing. And to be able to provide the community with the newest technology, the quickest speeds, that's what you folks are about. And I'm glad that you guys are able to share.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very cool. Well, if people wanted to learn more about Hawaiian Telcom and what you folks are doing, they maybe have already their internet they thought was all good, but they just are now hearing about this 3 gigabits per second speed, and they want to learn more about it. Where would they go?
Yeah, Hawaiiantel.com.
All right, well, you heard it here. Sue, thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and check them out. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more of High Now Daily. Woo, let's jet on out of here. Woo, we're like moving up fast.